All right, welcome back to the Montezuma Blitzball League. We're here with the second semifinal matchup. Winner will play Kyle in the championship. Should be a great game. We'll get right to the bet toss.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Oh. Did Eli tell you about that?
I will be home.
Adrian chooses home. Matthew chooses away. All right, welcome back to the Montezuma Blitzball League. We got Matthew versus Adrian. Should be a great matchup. I feel like it could be one of the better games of the tournament. Adrian did win home field advantage, so he will be starting off on the mound. We'll be getting right into it here shortly. All right, here comes the first pitch of the ball game. Adrian to Matthew. Here it is. In play, that will be fair. It spun back into fair territory. That is just as unfortunate as it gets for Matthew. That'll be the first out for Adrian.
This Joker said no!
Quick first out for Adrian. Let's see if he can't get any more of those. First pitch. Slider gets the bottom of zone 79. Great pitch. Curveball. Matthew leaves it. Matthew has said before that Adrian's one of the few people he has a harder time seeing. So I feel like this should be a great matchup. Gets the outside for strike 2 to make it 3-2. The 2-2 pitch. In play, that is ripped. That will be a double. First base runner of the game for Matthew. All right, man on second with the 1 out. Slider misses. In play again. Will that get to the fence? That will stop just short for a single. That will put a man on first and third. All right. Matthew has back-to-back base hits. Adrian needs to slow things down. In play. Was that fair? Yes, it is. For the second out of the inning. Adrian can somehow get one more out without giving up a run. That'd be huge. First pitch, curveball misses. 2-0 is the count to Matthew. Curveball leaves it. 3-0 to Matthew. Swings and misses at a high fastball right at 80 for strike 1. 4-1 Matthew. In play, that will be barely gone by a foot. Hold the load. That will make it a 3-0 ball game. Great hit from Matthew. Swings and misses at a curveball for strike 1. The 0-1 to Matthew. Swords him. Hold the low. What a sword from Matthew. Looks like he never touched a blitzball bat before. Adrian get out of it here. Gets him to swing and miss at a great screwball for the third out of the inning. But Adrian does let up 3 going to the bottom of the first. Scores 3-0 after Matthew hit a 3-run shot in the top of the first. Just destroyed my phone. Anyways, should be pretty interesting. See what Adrian does at the plate and what Matthew does on the mound. Here we are, first pitch here in the bottom of the first. Adrian trying to get some runs on the board. First pitch, riser lower outside part of the strike zone. Great pitch for strike 1. Goes right back to it. Adrian foul tips it into the zone. Count is now 0-2. What does Matthew go with here? Knuckleball fouls it off. Great at bat from Adrian to stay alive. The 0-2 once again. Fouls it off again. Great at bat from Adrian. The 0-2 for a third time. Curveball leaves it low. In play.
I balled it. That's a single, baby.
Matthew cannot field it cleanly. That will be a single. Great at bat from Adrian, fouling off 2 pitches in an 0-2 count and putting a ball in play to get a base runner. Just what you want to see from Adrian. Man on first, no outs. Riser misses. In play, will Matthew get that? Yes, he does. For the first out of the inning. 1 out with the man on first. Slider, that is absolutely destroyed for a double. Adrian barreled that pitch. I'll put a man on second and third. 2-0 is the count to Adrian. curveball. Matthew lands it. 2-1 is the count. Curveball again in play, but that barely goes anywhere. Matthew's able to easily pick it up with a second out of the inning. 2-0 is the count. Hits him for the first hit of the at-bat. 3-0. Knuckleball leaves it. 5-0. What does Matthew go with here? Hits him again. That will load the bases with 2 outs. Swing and miss on a great rise from Matthew for strike 1. Gets the outside for strike 2. Great screwball from Matthew to make it 2-2. Matthew's 1 strike away from getting out of it. What does he go with? Gets the inside. What a pitch. To get the 3rd out of the inning, Matthew gets out of the jam. Going into the top of the 2nd. If Matthew scores 3 runs, that will end the game. Alright, after Matthew gets out of the first inning without giving up any runs, scores still 3-0. If Matthew puts up 3 here, that will run rule the game, so Adrian needs to lock it in here on the mound, keep him at 2 or less to stay alive. Great pitch on the outside from Adrian for strike 1. 3-1 is the count. Gets him to chase an inside 2-seam for strike 2. 4-2 is the count. Keeps the bottom of the zone. What a pitch from Adrian to get the first out of the inning. 3-0 is the count. Curveball almost gets it. 4-0. Adrian needs those strikes. This is outside again to make it 5-0. 5-0 is the count. Fouls it off. Adrian slows it down for strike 1. 5-1. Fouls it off. Matthew, very unlucky to make it full count. Can Adrian take advantage of this? No, he does not. I'll put a man on first with 1 out. Alright, 1 out with a man on first. Great spot from Adrian. Fouls it off for strike 2 to make it 1-2. 2-2 is the count. Gets in the chase. Great curveball from Matthew to get the 2nd out of the inning. I mean, curveball from Adrian to get the 2nd out of the inning. No is the count. Fouls it off to make it 1-1. Full count. Biggest pitch of the game. Gets the outside at 78. Great pitch. Matthew watches it. Adrian holds Matthew to 0.
My goal is to
Adrian needs 3 runs to tie and 4 to win. Here we go. All right. First pitch at the bottom of the 2nd. Adrian needs 3 to tie, 4 to win. First pitch hits him. Gets the top of the zone for strike 1. Great curveball from Matthew. Swings and misses at a riser for strike 2. 2-2 is the count. In play, can Matthew pick it up? Yes, he does. Another short hit ground ball. That's 3 now for Adrian. 1 out with nobody on for Matthew.
Put your hat back on.
Oh, Matthew, you're cut now.
Put the hat back on your head.
All right, 1 out.
I will.
Bases empty. Watches it down the middle for strike 1. Curveball leaves it. 1-1 is the count. Drills him. Adrian feels that one. 2-1 is the count to Adrian. Fouls off the knuckleball for strike 2. 2-2 is the count. And get the 2nd out. In play. That is in the air. Will it go out? That will be just short. That will be a triple though. That puts a man on 3rd with 1 out. Alright, man on 3rd with 1 out. Swings and misses that knuckleball for strike 1. Riser misses to make it 3-1. 5-1 is the count. Down the middle for strike 2 to make it full count. Full count pitch. Misses low, that'll put a man on first and third with 1 out. 2-0 is the count. Slider just misses. What a take from Adrian. Matthew's starting to struggle to find the zone. He needs to get it together here before Adrian might come back and hit it. This is low again to make it 4-0. 4-0. Fouls it off for strike 1. 5-1 pitch. In play, that will get past Matthew. Will it go to the fence for a double? Yes, it will. I'll put a man on second and third. That scores 1 run to make the game 3-1. Double ties it. First pitch to Adrian. Gets the top of the zone for the ball. Great pitch. 1-1 is the count. Swings and misses out of knuckleball for strike 2. Great pitch from Matthew. 1-2 is the count. Matthew get him here. Just misses up. Make it 2-2. 3-2 is the count to Adrian. Hits him. Full count pitch. Here it comes. Matthew spikes it to load the bases up again. Bases loaded with 1 out. All right. Matthew's gotten into a little bit of a pickle. Can he get out of it, or can Adrian come out on top? First pitch hits him. The count's 1-0 with a hit. Matthew can't afford to hit him again. Swing and a miss, but it's 81. We'll redo it. 1-0 is the count again. Riser.
What?
81 again. 2-0 is the count. The hit. In play.
Get there, Matthew, get there.
Going foul. Can Matthew catch it? It will not. That will be a single, right? Matthew keeps it from being a double. Great hustle from Matthew. That will make the game 3-2 with the bases still loaded. Adrian just short of walking it off by 6 feet probably. All right. Double wins it, base hit ties it, home run also wins it. Matthew needs some outs somehow. First pitch misses low. 2-0 is the count to Adrian. Down the middle, but it's over the speed limit. Matthew's struggling with the speed limit for the first time in a while. 3-0 is the count to Adrian. Knuckleball gets the chase for strike 1. Great pitch from Matthew. Watches in anticipation to see what he plays. Knuckleball, that is in play. Will that get to the fence? Yes, it does. That will walk it off with a double. Great matchup from Adrian and Matthew. Adrian with the upset. Adrian will advance to the final to play Kyle. Adrian looks a little shocked right now. Adrian once again clutches up in the last inning with his bat. Wow, what a game. Final score, 4-3, Adrian on top. All right, we're here with Adrian after that upset win against Matthew. Once again, Adrian locks it in at the plate in the last inning. What do you have to say about that game?
I don't know. It was pretty crazy. I was not really taking anything serious, which is how I play good. It is what it is. But I got to give props to Matthew. He played his heart out. He did really good until the end, and then he started breaking down. That's when I was able to get him.
What do you have to say about facing Kyle in the championship for a chance of being called the best player in Montezuma going into 2026?
I probably ain't gonna win that game. But shit, every time I play Kyle, I lose. So it's in anything. It could be any sport. It doesn't matter. If I'm playing Kyle, I'm more likely gonna lose. So I'm hopefully gonna beat him, but I'm not expecting that.
All right, a lot of confidence from Adrian.